The Englund Gambit has such an effective mainline trap that even Magnus Carlsen has fell for it in his first tournament game. But if prepared for, you can crush black with huge advantage and set traps of your own. First of all, how do you get to the Englund Gambit? It starts out d4, e5, black gambits their pawn and then instantly attacks the e5 pawn. After white moves their bishop to f4 defending the pawn, black will check with the queen on b4. The only good move is bishop back to d2. Queen takes b2, and here many people fall for this trap. Bishop c3 attacking the queen and defended by the knight. It looks logical, but black has a dangerous trick here. Bishop b4. Black is up 4 points in the engine here and in a winning position. Some beginners might play queen d2. Then we have takes, and black has a quiet checkmate on c1. So knight c3 is the best move and we face a crossroads here. The first challenge is if black plays knight b4, threatening not just a fork, but potentially winning our queen if our king is trapped. There is only one good move to take the advantage here. Knight d4, defending c2. Black can try to kick our knight away or make other adjustments, but the best move here is mostly rook b1, getting a tempo on the queen. Here the queen can take on b1, but you will be winning by nearly 5 points in the engine. They can also play queen a3, but again you're winning. Knight d to b5, hitting the queen. The queen has one square to run to, and now we attack the knight. King d8 has to be played here, giving up the knight. If king d8 isn't played and black decides, okay, I'm gonna retreat the knight to c6. Look how ridiculous this position gets. Knight d5 and these two white knights are monsters controlling the game. The queen is attacked, can't go anywhere. a6, we win her with a fork. d8, we also win her as the king's trapped and the queen is forced to take. So the queen goes to the only square, a4. White takes this fork and gets to retreat the knight after being up 4 points in material. So king d8 is played to stop this, a full sacrifice of black's knight. Pawn takes back here, and we get to play so many brilliant moves. g3, brilliant. e3 or e4, also brilliant. The idea here is if black takes our knight, we attack the queen, gaining a tempo. Queen's best move is a6. And here we're equal on material, but white is up a crushing 5 points in the engine. But why? Well, look at white's pieces, all nicely developed and nearly ready to castle. Now look at black's. King's in the centre of the back rank, not allowed to castle as he's made his move. All of these pieces are undeveloped and stuck on their starting squares. It's very hard for us to go wrong here. All we have to do is get castled, start to centralise our pieces and trap the king even more. If black doesn't take our knight on c3, we're still in the exact same spot with leading development and great attacking chess. So c5 is a mistake that we see in 46% of games. It looks logical, but it's not. The rest of the sidelines are still losing, like knight a6, e3, queen a3. White is just simply better here. This is the engine's top move, but you almost never see it. Only about 2% of games on lead chess. If you enjoy this kind of prep, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments. Now, on to the most played move from this position, bishop b4. I actually like seeing this because it makes it very easy to line up our pieces and start attacking black. We start off with hitting the queen, rook b1. Black plays queen a3. Here we can play two great moves, knight d5 or my personal favourite, rook b3. Knight d5 triple attacks black's bishop on b4 and asks them, what are you gonna do? They can retreat to a5 or trade off bishops. If they trade off, we take with the queen. Black can take our pawn on a2 attacking our rook. This is perfect for us. We create a battering ram by doubling up in the d-file with our rook and our queen. Black's second best move here is king d8, straight into our line of fire and losing castling rights. Even though we are down a pawn, we are crushing our opponent in this position and we have great attacking opportunities. But there is one last trick black has, queen a5. If you're a beginner, the queen trade might look appealing, but trading queens would mean giving up your entire advantage. Remember, if your opponent's king is positioned badly and stuck, you usually want to keep as many pieces on the board to improve your chances of checkmate. So here, a simple c3 and you can develop your bishop, get castled and start your attack. If black plays rook b8 to avoid the fork, you take on c7 check. King now moves over and you retreat the knight. Black tries queen a5 for a trade down, but now we want to trade queens as the material is equal. We can't play c3 here because we'd lose the knight of course, and knight c3 loses our e5 pawn with a double attack. After this queen trade, white has great initiative and central attacks. If black plays bishop a5, we continue development with e4. Castles, castles, there's a knight trade in the centre usually, and black might get tunnel vision here after rook b3 and think they can take the pawn on a2. In positions like these, you know your opponent's best piece is trapped and they need to lose the tempo to get out of the situation. So aiming your pieces at the king side is a great idea. We run into a ton of brilliant move lines here. The best move, knight g5, black kicks the knight with h6 and white plays knight h7. Black moves the rook to d8 and then knight f6 jack comes. If black takes the knight, it's game over. They play king h8. Now, the silent queen c3. A brilliant move sacrificing the knight once again, but this time we have the threat of trapping black's queen completely. We also have queen a4 trying to escape to the king side. We play rook b4. Pretty much anywhere the queen moves, we can sacrifice our bishop on h7. Now for the second best move and my personal favourite line. Rook b3. Black has one place to go with the queen, a5. We play e4, knight e7 comes preparing to castle. We play bishop b5. If black castles, we castle. Here it simply becomes a fight for the centre. Black can play knight g6, putting a double attack on the e5 pawn, but this isn't really a threat. a3, bishop takes c3 and we recapture with the bishop. Now we're defending e5 twice and we have more dominant centre. If black tries to kick away our bishop on b5, we take the knight and then play knight d5. Bishop takes d2, knight recaptures, and you'll notice black can capture on e5 now. But this is exactly what we want. Rook h3. It looks like there's no immediate threat, but our idea here is if black tries to attack the centre, we play knight e7 check. The king is forced into the corner, and then, you guessed it, we sack the rook. And we see this beautiful checkmate on h5. If black doesn't fall for our trap, we hit the queen with knight b3, and then play f4, creating a devastating kingside attack, where all of our pieces can come together. In this position, we're up by 4 points in the engine. If black doesn't castle and instead plays a6, we in return attack their bishop. If they don't calculate, they might take our bishop first. We take on b4, queen comes to a1, we castle. Trade, and then we win the pawn on b5 with our knight. If the queen comes to a6, we play bishop c1 and prepare to centralize our knight. You can also be aggressive and attack the bishop instantly with a3. If black makes the mistake of taking with his bishop, you can play rook b5. You can then get discovered attacks on the queen. Black will have to give up a minor piece to stay in the game and not lose the queen. If black plays correctly with bishop takes c3, you recapture with the bishop. You can attack the queen, but remember to hold on to the e5 pawn and don't let black attack it twice. His only opportunity to do this is to attack with the queen, and we can just chase the queen away. If we don't lose our dark squared bishop, we can play queen a1, castles, and then h4 attacking the king side. Overall, these types of positions are nearly +2 on the engine, so with preparation you'll be winning very often. So that's how you turn the Englund Gambit trap into a winning position. If you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments what type of videos you want next. As always, take it easy and I'll see you in the next one.